Away. All right, here's the introduction of the Airocide HD model HD-1200. When you receive your package, here's what you'll have inside the package. You'll have the actual unit itself, which is on the left here. And then you'll also have a instruction owner's manual. You'll end up with a hardware pack, and we also send one complimentary extra protective element with the unit. We'll show you a little bit about the unit itself here. So as you'll see on the unit weighs about 18 pounds. It has on the left hand side, you'll see we have a standard cord set, plug in the wall, 9-foot cord set. This particular model is 110 volt. It does also come in 220 volt if needed. We have on off switch, circuit breaker, and then also a LED light, red light for indicating power. When power's on, the light will come on. When power's off, the light will go off. We'll also tell you a little bit about the unit here. You can see on the top, the inlet, these vents, this is where air comes in the unit. Then air exits out on the right hand side, which you'll see on the end. So basically, all you have to do is install it and plug it in and turn it on. We'll show the installation next. Now we're going to get to the installation of the model HD-1200. Each model will come with two different types of mounting hardware. You'll have screws if you can find a stud or a metal beam. Now these are on 12-inch centers, so if you do find a stud, you'll only be able to find on one side. So we do really just recommend just using the wall anchors that we're providing. We've pre-mounted those here just to make it easy. And what we would recommend you do too is, as we've done here in the upper left-hand corner, leave one screw in one of the wall anchors so that you can easily hang the unit to help make it easier to put the other 3 screws in. Once again, it's only 18 pounds, very lightweight, so the 4 wall anchors will definitely hold it with no problem. All right, we're going to go ahead and install the unit now. As you can see, we're going to use that as our help hold it in place. Very easy installation. There you go. Take you less than 5 or 10 minutes total to install the unit. And as you can see, we had already pre-marked the holes for the wall anchors, but you got slotted grooves there, so you can easily just put the unit up on the wall, use a pencil, mark your spots, and put your wall anchors in. Once it's installed here, you know it's secured to the wall. Just simply plug the unit in, turn it on, the LED light will come on, and you're ready to roll. One thing that we did do with this particular installation of the HD-1200 to show as an example of what not to do. As you can see on this unit, there's only probably about a 2-foot clearance to the right of it where the exit air comes out to the corner of the wall. We did this intentionally to show you want to at least have a 3 to 4 foot clearance from the exit air. Leo, can you show the exit air again? So from here to the wall, we really want a 3 to 4 foot clearance so we're not obstructing the air coming out of the unit at all. So we intentionally did this in the corner to show you this would not be the ideal place because we're within 2 foot of the corner of the wall there. All right, so now we're going to show how to do your annual maintenance and quarterly maintenance on the unit. First, start by turning the unit off. Unplug the unit just to make sure. You can see the unit's turned off, the red LED light went out, but also please unplug the unit just to make sure we're 100% safe. All right, so to do, there's 2 types of maintenance we've got to do on the unit. There's a protective fan element that needs quarterly change out, possibly a little bit sooner, possibly a little bit longer, depending on your particular facility. And we're going to show you how to do that as well as the annual lamp change. So the first thing to do is there are 4 screws that hold the lid onto the unit. Remove those 4 screws as Leo's showing here. Once your 4 screws are removed, just simply slide the lid off. Now there is another added protection feature in the unit. We'll point here to, there is a limit switch, safety switch, which Leo's showing right here. So when the lid's on, it will depress that switch and allow the unit to come on if your power was still turned on. That's to just as a protection, added protection to make sure that nobody can get into the fan or get possibly UVC light exposure, even though all the lights enclosed in a reactor bed. It just is a safety step. So if you had the power still turned on and you pulled the lid off, the unit would stop, but you'd still have live power over on the cord side. That's why we still want you to turn the unit off and unplug it. All right, there are two things that have to happen maintenance wise. We have a protective fan element, which is right here. It should last approximately 3 months, possibly a little bit longer, maybe a little shorter depending on the particular dust load in your facility. But you do need to check this, and to change it, you simply just slide it out like such. We did provide one extra complimentary filter with your unit, and you can also purchase additional units. But reinsert it, just make sure you got the airflow. You'll see on the side of the unit, there's an airflow arrow not only on the filter, but also on the receptive base, the metal base itself. Up in the upper left-hand corner, smash those arrows, push it all in, and you're done. Simple as that. Just throw away your old filter. And then the second piece of maintenance we have to do is once a year, we do have to change the proprietary PCO lamps. The lamps and the catalyst are the core to this technology. This particular unit has 4 of our proprietary PCO photocatalytic lamps, and the lamps run in series with each other. You've got 2 sets of 2 lamps here. And once again, just to reiterate, what the lamps provide, it provides a photon energy to create the hydroxyl radicals inside of our reactor bed that's doing all the killing for all the microbials. So it is essential that these lamps do get replaced once a year. Very easy to replace. We're going to show you here. So if you notice, we mentioned there's 2 series. So on the bottom, if you see, there's a white jumper at the bottom that's showing that those first 2 lamps are connected together, plus there's a red and a yellow wire on the top. So what you simply do to remove it, just simply push down, be gentle, because it is glass, slide it out of the grommets. We go ahead and recommend you replace both, or move both lamps in the series at one time so you can keep up with where you're at. And then to reinsert the new lamp, we're just going to reinsert the same lamps as a brand new lamp. You just simply slide it back. Now if it's a little bit tricky, you can slightly moisten the end of the lamps if you need to, just with water. Just try not to touch the lamps on the glass part with your finger, because you don't want the oils from your transfer to the glass. You simply just reinstall the wires that you disconnected a second ago, the red wire up top, the yellow wire up top, and the 2 jumpers at the bottom, and you're done. Do that for the second set of lamps, and then there's your lamp change. Once you've done that, you've completed your lamps, dispose of your old lamps according to whatever your local regulatory guidelines. You're ready to go again. So in this case, we're going to put the lid back on, make sure everything's secure as it looks like it is, make sure your wiring is good. We'll put the lid back on the unit. Just reinstall the 4 screws you took out. Get it lined up, slide it back on. We'll just put one more on the side. We don't need to just top one for this demonstration. Just to show you quickly, you would replace your top screw as well. So once the 4 screws are in, let's go ahead and plug the unit back in. And as long as we put the lid back on properly, we'll depress that safety switch, flip the switch on. We should see the red light come on, which you did. You hear the fan starting. You're good to go, and you're done.